Hello and Happy New Year to you. You are all very welcome to our virtual open evening event. This panel discussion will cover the area of computing and electronic engineering. My name is Glenda Conway, the Marketing Officer at IT Sligo. Joining me tonight are Mary Carden, a lecturer from our Electronic and Self-Driving Technology programme, Diane O'Brien, a lecturer from our computing programmes, and Aoife Egan, a recent graduate of our software development programme, who is now working at Amazon Web Services. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. For everyone tuned in here tonight, you're all very welcome. You can ask any questions you may have in the questions and answers box about this panel discussion or any topic you may wish to get more information about as you consider your CAO options. A large team of academics and support staff are joining us tonight behind the scenes and are available to answer any questions you may have. All the questions are anonymous, so don't be afraid to get any questions or concerns answered here tonight. That will help you to make your choice in your CAO. Or at any point in the future, you can get in touch with us through our CAO hub at itsligo.com/CAO. And there you will find all the details on our programs and all the details on how to get in touch with us. Okay, so let's get started. I'll start with Mary, if that's okay. Mary, you are a lecturer on our exciting Level 8 Electronic and Self-Driving Technology programme. Can you tell us a bit more about it, please?
Can, of course. So this is our four-year degree program in electronics and self-driving cars. It's been developed with the industry for both the electronic industry, and then you've got an ever-growing self-driving technologies industry base here in the west of Ireland. So it's been developed in collaboration with them. And it's going to give our students the knowledge and the practical skills to work in these areas and a range of other areas. Why should Elon Musk have all the fun?
Absolutely. Very good. And I know you talk about like that it's self-driving technologies. Obviously, you look at the car industry, but I also think of the fancy kind of vacuum cleaners and lawnmowers that can self-drive. I believe there's lots of opportunities across all different types of industries. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. So like you say, the autonomous vacuum cleaner, they need to sense the environment, detect what's there, and then avoid it. And that's just what self-driving cars do. So these students are going to learn how to program components to sense the environment and make a decision based on what they sense. There's a vision systems in the course as well, and that's used across a range of industries. For recognition mostly and detection. And so these students are going to be introduced to programming languages, not only for embedded systems, but they're going to be using programming languages like Python, and they're based in data analytics and machine learning. So these skills open a wide range of careers across a serious amount of industries to these students.
Very good, very good. And I know this is a Level 8 engineering programme and it's part of a suite of other programmes, isn't that right?
Yeah, so this programme was developed with three or four other programs in engineering, Level 8 engineering. So you've got civil, you've got mechanical, you've got robotics and automation. And all these courses have a common first year, which means that the students get introduced to modules on all of the disciplines. And I think that's a great opportunity because none of these engineering disciplines happen in isolation anymore. These people need to work together. If you think of your self-driving cars, they're going to use the infrastructure that civil engineers build. So what happens is our students from the get-go are having an opportunity to see those other areas and work with people that are going to start in those other areas, and that builds knowledge and communication. And I think it's great for the students to have that awareness.
Absolutely, Mary. And I think that's a feature of our programmes that I really like. It gives our students such flexibility and that they don't need to be under pressure to pick what they want from day one when they're picking out their CAO. A common entry programme like that will give them a concept of all the different types of engineering before they can settle on the area that suits them best. And I know our computing programmes have the same feature, which we'll get to in a few minutes. But just before I move on to Diane, would you mind just talking briefly just about the work placement that the students will go on in third year? What kind of companies or industries would students get placement in?
So there's a number of companies in the west of Ireland that are actually developing all the time with self-driving technologies. And like I said, they were involved in the development of the course, as well as that we have links with Kempten University in Germany. And they are, you know, right in the automotive industry in Germany, you know, the automotive manufacturers, you know, so that's a great base to have as well. So there's links to those, so those students could go there working. As well as that, there's quite a lot of electronic-based companies that would be delighted to have students with these skills placed with them. And I think it's a great opportunity for these students, you know, to put their skills into action and to see them at work.
Absolutely. There's such a shortage for those skills at the moment, isn't there? There's such high demand.
Yeah.
And that's a 6-month work placement, wasn't it, Mary?
Yeah,
yeah, perfect. Great. Okay. Well, I think I'll move on to Diane now, if that's okay. And Diane, thanks very much for joining us also. We are all so proud in IT Sligo of our modern campus and facilities that we've available to our students. Would you mind bringing us through some of the facilities available to our computer and electronic engineering students, please?
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Glenda. Well, we have a Mac Lab, which is an up-to-date Mac Lab suite, and we would see that probably on a lot of the video footage that we shoot in IT Sligo. We would see that lab there available for the student, and that's really good from a creative perspective for the students. We also have a Fab Lab or a maker space, which is currently being added to all the time. So it has 3D printers and scanners and things like that in there that offer students the opportunity to work with smart technologies and Internet of Things type modules, and the whole area of design thinking, which is also a key concept within our programs. And then we have some high-powered computing labs for gaming students, because they obviously are very power hungry and require that for their some of the programming modules on that program. But we're also at the moment, the campus is undergoing another addition. We have an E01 building going up at the moment, and that has 4 high-power computing labs, state-of-the-art labs going in there. So as part of the design process on that building, I'm very excited about the opportunities that will bring for computing and electronic engineering.
Fantastic. That's great. Thanks, Diane. Yeah, it's great to see that work underway right in the centre of our campus at the minute. So it's going to be a fantastic facility for our students. So just to talk maybe about the programmes themselves, we've a wide range of flexible level 6, 7 and 8 options available across the world of computing, computer networks and cybersecurity, software development and games development. I know the flexibility our programmes offer our students is one of the many selling points, just like we discussed with Mary. But would you mind explaining how the Common Entry works across the computing programmes, please?
Yeah, that's perfect. So we have 8 choices on the CAO currently within computing, ranging from level 6, as you said, right up to level 8. Some programmes are offered at general entry, such as level 6 and level 7. And that can be quite confusing for the students, because then they will see a level 7 in software development, a level 7 in network and cybersecurity, and also a level 8 in networking and cybersecurity, and a level 8 in software development, and then finally a level 8 degree in computing. So it can be quite confusing to the students, but what I would suggest is that you pick your top choice based on your points in the CAO in the normal way that you would make your choices, but that you realise that within that structure, you are free at the end of first year to transfer within any of those programmes within the same level. So that's really an exciting opportunity. So on the programmes, we have 6 modules in semester 1, 6 modules in semester 2, and that gives students the opportunity to go in through all those programmes and see what each of those might entail, from games to software to networking and cybersecurity. And students get quite a flavour of all the disciplines within that first year, and then they're free to make a choice or to transfer across. And we see that sometimes, you know, that students will, at the end of first year, have that ability to make a more informed decision then at that point in time, because unfortunately computer science is only relatively new to the Leaving Cert, so students aren't coming in with that, you know, mindset, and some students come in with the view to doing gaming because they love to game. And then they find that actually, you know what, I actually prefer software development, and if not, games isn't for me. So it's always that deferred sort of decision that they can make with a general entry. And I would always recommend that to students, to take that, always a general entry, no matter where they go.
That's great, Diane. Thank you. And I know there's a big focus on the practical-based learning in their programs as well, alongside the theory. But one concern I know we sometimes get asked in our team is about which program to choose and what will they be fit for. One of the main areas of concern is maths. And is that an area where your students might struggle, and is there supports available?
Yeah, I hear that a lot myself, and it's a myth, really. I can say that. So students have 4 modules of maths over the first 2 years. We have an excellent maths lecture. It starts at the very beginning. Nobody is left behind, and we have a maths support centre within our campus as well, which is available to all students. So students should never feel uncomfortable by the maths elements within computing. It certainly isn't something that will catch them up. I haven't seen students not progress as a result of maths.
That's fantastic. Very good. That's great, Diane. And we have such a wonderful student support service available for all our students, and maths is certainly a big part of that. So that's great. Just to give people that reassurance. And just finally, while I have you, Diane, I know you're involved in another program that was developed there recently. And I think if I was to go back to college myself, I think it's the one I would pick. It's a 3-year business and ICT degree. I've always had an interest myself in business, but I didn't know at the time how, well, especially during the Leaving Cert, how much ICT would be part of my life across all my different various jobs and different industries. No matter which job I've gone into, there's always computer systems and applications that are vital to the successful operations of a business. Could you tell us a little bit more about that programme when I have you? Thanks.
Yeah, sure, no problem. And yes, you're right. My undergraduate would have been in business myself, and then I went on and done a master's or postgraduate in computing. So I had to add it on, whereas the students are have such a great opportunity now to take them both at the same time. So fundamentally, that program is all about digital transformation, the integration of digital technologies within a business. So you know yourself, as you said, as you alluded to there, students are not going to get away without technology. So if you don't choose it, it will choose you in some shape or form anyway. And the COVID-19 pandemic has just amplified that situation significantly. So it's all about businesses getting what they need to get them a competitive advantage. So it's a 50-50 mix of business and ICT, computing modules right across the 3 years of that programme. And that's another key selling point. That's a 3-year honours degree programme. So that's really good for the students' perspective as well. They get out there to the world of work much quicker. And they get out there with the skills, both practical and theoretical type skills that are required for that type of a career, where you go into a business and you can work within the business and look for opportunities to digitally transform that business, to give that business efficiencies or competitive advantage. But also within that programme, you could also go on and do teaching. So you could further your career by doing a postgraduate Masters in Education, a PME, and go on and become a Leaving Cert teacher in business or in computer science. Or alternatively, which we see more and more of, and which I'd really like to advocate, for our institute as well, is the idea of students going on to set up their own business. So entrepreneurship is really a good key skill, and the nice mix of business together with computing or ICT, whichever name you want to put on it, gives students that opportunity that they can actually go out there and they can set up their own business, and get supports even within the college and our innovation centre for students to do that and to build our own indigenous industries within the country. So it really is a great programme, and as I said, 3 years honours degree programme, so you can't get better than
Fantastic.
that.
Yeah, no, it's a great option as well. So Diane, thanks very much for that. I think I'll move on to Aoife next, if that's okay. Aoife, thanks so much for joining us. You are a recent graduate of our Bachelor of Science honours in software development. Yeah. Can you tell us why you chose that course, please? Thanks.
Well, for me, like when I was in school, I had absolutely no idea what to choose. Like Diane said, I had no exposure to technology or computing within my school. So that didn't cross my mind in the beginning. All I knew when I was in school was that I liked maths. Now, that's not me saying I was amazing at it, but I did like the whole working through the maths question, getting to the answer at the end. So I knew I wanted something with like a problem solving kind of aspect in it. And then also on top of that, I really liked doing art in school as well. So for me, I was looking for a course that had both design and problem solving aspects within it. And the software development course in the IT really just seemed like a perfect fit for that.
Very good. That's great. And did you find the Common Year beneficial? Like, did you join on directly into the software program, or did you come through the general route first? I know it's the same thing, really. It's the common first year, but it helped confirm to you software was for you, was it?
Yeah. So I came in on the software route, but saying that, I had no idea what I was doing. I was coming in completely blind. I knew code was to do with websites, you needed it for apps, but apart from that, I had no idea what it actually was. So I really found that the Common Year was helpful in that it gave me the freedom to choose between different courses after I had that experience with, say, networking or the games development modules. And I kind of, for me, it confirmed that, yes, this was what I wanted to do, but I did like that I had the option to switch if I wanted to.
Very good. And you mentioned some of your favourite things coming into the programme was problem solving and design. Mm-hmm. Was there any modules that were your favourites with those key interests in mind?
Yeah, I suppose one that stood out for me was the UX UI. So when you're thinking of like developing a website or an app, for me, like before taking that module, I was kind of like in the thought process, you got your idea and you dive straight into just developing the code, not even considering kind of everything else that comes before that. So with UX and UI, I really found it interesting in taking your idea, getting the design down on paper first, rather than just diving straight into it, because it really kind of opened my eyes in that just because I thought it was a good design and an intuitive design didn't actually mean that that was translating across to other people. So it really kind of emphasized the importance of doing that and testing it out before even going on to the code. And then obviously that helped to make the rest of the development a lot easier later on down the road.
I could imagine. Yeah, very good. That's very interesting. And can you tell us, did you do work placement or a project as part of your program?
Yeah, so for work placement, I did it in my third year and I went to Core Systems in Carrick-on-Shannon. So there it was, they're a software development company and I really enjoyed it there. It was really cool to see how a real product actually worked in the life cycle of getting a feature onto the product. So from getting your requirements at the start, developing whatever was asked of you, going to the testing phase and then coming back to you if you needed to fix anything up. So that was really cool. And then, yeah, projects wise, I mean, you kind of were able to bring in with our final year project and you were kind of able to draw from all different modules. So for me, a big one was the cloud computing module. I was able to see how from the module, like how I could draw in different cloud computing aspects and bring it in with my own code to get a final product and how it could all go together. So yeah, it was pretty cool to them.
That's very good. Bring it all together, all your learnings. That's fantastic. Mm-hmm. And would you mind just telling us a little bit about where you are now, where your degree has brought you on your career? Thanks.
Yeah, so I'm now working with AWS, Amazon Web Services, as a cloud support engineer. And pretty much I've gone from every day is different. I'm helping different customers, all different sizes with all different problems. And I think as well from coming from the IT, because we did a full stack learning experience. So we learned about the front end, the back end. It really kind of helps because I know what the customer is talking about. So when they're talking about one aspect of their project, it really helps me to build that relationship with them because I kind of have that knowledge from learning about the whole product and when I was in the IT. So it really helps me in that way. Fantastic.
That's great. Thanks so much, Aoife. Thanks for your time. I think that's all the time we have for this evening. I'd like to thank you all for your contribution to this panel this evening. It was extremely insightful for me, at least, never mind everyone else that's tuned in. So thanks very much. I think I would just apologise for the gender balance on the panel this evening, which was not planned, but I think it is a testament to show how many women are within the sector now, and that the gender balance is improving. But I hope we've demonstrated the abundance of opportunities there is for everyone within the industry. To all our visitors here tonight, please continue to ask us any questions you have. We will be live until 9 p.m. tonight, or you can find our contact details on itsligo.ie/CAO at any stage of the future, along with lots of information on our course options, videos, virtual campus tours, and lots more. Thank you for joining us tonight, and good night.